Hello and welcome to River Styx Mia. It's that time again. It's time for the monthly book review, and for this month we are reviewing Frank Herbert's Dune. I was actually recommended to read this back in high school, and I didn't read it back in high school, so this has been 20 years in the making for me to read this. It took me about a week to read it, even though it's a very thick book. It's broken up into 3 books inside, which is going to be a nightmare when I put in my book log. It actually is not bogged down by a ton of description. It's a very easy flowing book. I didn't find myself having to go back to previous parts in the story to figure out what stuff is. You actually can keep your characters straight. I absolutely love the story. You actually see the progression. Actually, if you've seen the new Dune movie, the new motion picture that I believe is on Amazon or Netflix, probably Netflix, they kept it very close to the book, which is great because I could visualize the characters a lot more easily having seen the movie first. Usually the movie is not as good as the book. This was one of the rare cases where the movie was just as good as the book. There were some parts in the book that weren't in the movie, some things that were changed, but for the most part, I enjoyed both. Definitely pick this up. I can honestly say why they say this is one of the best sci-fi novels you can ever read. They're not lying. Very easy to read. Frank Herbert, he knew exactly what he was doing when he was reading it. One of the greatest authors, unfortunately no longer with us, rest his soul. Highly recommend picking up at least the first Dune book. I believe I got a box set that has the first 3 books. I haven't read the second and third books, but I've heard they're not as good. Definitely pick this one up if you can. If you're going to read any of the Dune books, read the first one. Definitely worth the read. So yeah, as always, if there's any books you want me to read for future reviews or that, leave a comment down below with your recommendations, and we'll see you next month.